Giving your first speech. Developing confidence.
Hello everyone, my name is Boutayna Manari, and today I will be presenting a topic that many students and even professionals struggle with: giving your first speech. Public speaking is something most of us fear, but it is also a skill that becomes much easier once we understand where the anxiety comes from and how to manage it. In this presentation, we will explore the psychological elements behind speaking anxiety, useful rhetorical tools, and practical strategies to build confidence. Let me begin by giving you an overview of what I will cover today. First, I will introduce you to the idea of public speaking anxiety. Then, we will look at the two major types of anxiety: process anxiety and performance anxiety. After that, I will explain Martin's model of stress, which helps us understand why anxiety increases or decreases. We will then move on to the 5 canons of rhetoric, a classical framework for creating an effective speech. Finally, I will discuss practical rehearsal techniques as well as confidence-building strategies before summarizing the main key takeaways. So, to start, let's imagine something simple. Imagine that your professor calls your name and says you are presenting next. Now, even though you prepared everything, your heart suddenly jumps, your palm starts to get sweaty, and your mind goes blank, and you almost forget everything you prepared. Trust me, we have all been there before. Public speaking anxiety is very common. The funny thing is, even professional experts who look very confident on stage face the same nervousness. But the difference is that they know how to go through it with calmness, and sometimes they pause and continue then. So, today I would like to break anxiety into 2 main parts: process anxiety and performance anxiety. Process anxiety is everything you deal with or go through before delivering your speech. For example, let's say you have a speech due next week. You sit down, you open your laptop, and stare. It's that feeling where you don't know where to start or you want this to be perfect. This preparation process is often so stressful. Students or people in general go through this process anxiety when research feels so complex, organizing ideas is so confusing, or they worry that their content is not good enough. The important thing is, process anxiety decreases the moment you get clarity and structure to your content. Now let us move on to performance anxiety. Performance anxiety happens during the speech. A common example: you stand up, face the audience, open your mouth, and suddenly even your voice doesn't sound the same. Your hands start shaking, your breathing gets faster. This is where your body thinks that you are in danger, but you're not, unless there is a tiger hiding in the 3rd row. Your body is simply reacting to attention, which is very common and normal. Now that we understand the 2 types of anxiety, let's move on to a psychological framework which is called Martin's model of stress. This model helps us understand that stress depends on the balance of 2 things: objective demand and response capability. Objective demand is the external pressures faced in a situation. So, what is it? For example, we have the size of your audience, how formal the environment is, or how important the speech is. The response capability, on the other hand, is the internal ability to face the challenge. For example, how prepared you are, your level of confidence, your speaking experience, and your knowledge of the topic. Stress occurs when demand feels stronger than your abilities. But here's the good news. Response capability can be trained, expanded, and strengthened. The more prepared and confident you become, the lower your stress will be, even in high-pressure situations. Now that we understand why public speaking can be stressful, the next question becomes, so, how do I build a good speech to reduce this stress? And so this is where classical rhetoric gives us a very powerful framework. Thousands of years ago, the Greek and Roman philosophers developed what we call the 5 canons of rhetoric. These canons are basically these 5 steps of creating and delivering an effective speech. If you follow these steps, your response increases. So let's move to the first canon, invention, which is where you create ideas, arguments, examples, and the main message to the speech. Imagine you want to give a speech, for example, of climate change. You sit with a notebook and ask, what points do I want to make? Why should people, for example, care? What example I can share? Maybe you decide to start with, a few years ago, I visited a speech that was full of plastic. This personal hook came from the invention step. It's where your ideas becomes meaningful. So once you have gathered all your ideas from the invention stage, you might be wondering, okay, but how do I put all this into a clear speech? And that brings us to the second canon, arrangement. So arrangement is how you organize those ideas. Think of it like organizing your closet. If everything is messy, you get stressed. But if everything is arranged, your life becomes easier. Same with speeches. So let's make sure you organize them by creating an introduction to the body to the conclusion. Now that your speech has a clear structure, let's talk about how you will speak it. Your tone, words, and personality. That's style. Style is all about how you speak to your audience. For example, if you are addressing children, you won't use academic vocabulary. If you are giving a motivational speech, you will use energetic, inspiring language. Let me give you an example. In academic style, I will say, climate change poses significant environmental risks. But in a motivational style, I will say, we only have one planet, and it needs us more than ever. See? Same idea, different styles for different types of audience. Alright then, let's assume you chose this style depending on your audience, for example. Now, let's make sure you remember them when it counts. That's the memory step. Now, relax. When I say memory, I'm not telling you to memorize every word. Think about professors. They teach the same lessons again and again and again. That's why they look confident. They know the ideas, not the exact scripts, come on. This is not theater. Remember the key points, not the script. In your speech, you only need to internalize your key points, your transitions, and your examples. Real tip, if you forget something during your speech, just breathe and continue. Most of the time, the audience won't notice. But you see, knowing your speech is one thing. Setting it with your voice and gestures is another. That's delivery. Guys, delivering is so important and essential. See what I did there? My voice was robotic with a blank face and no gestures. Now compare it with that. Guys, delivery is so important and essential. Use gestures, make eye contact, pause at the right moment, and vary your voice. The audience feel connected and engaged that way. I would even say that delivery is a seasoning for a tasty message. Let me tell you this though, you won't nail delivery without practice. So let's go over simple rehearsal tricks that actually works. Here is an example right in front of you. Before making this video, I rehearsed a lot. I did stand in front of a mirror and talk to myself as my family thought that I was going crazy. And to practice my delivery and gestures, I recorded myself to listen and observe myself later. And yes, it does cringe me out like everyone else, but it helps. Besides, you can also ask your friends to pretend to be your audience, which I have tried before too. Trust me, rehearsal is the difference between I hope I speak well and I know I'm ready. So, why is practice so important? We have here frequency and familiarity. Think of it like learning to drive a car or ride a bike. The first time your hands were probably stiff, but over time, it became automatic. Public speaking works the same way. The more you practice, the more comfortable your body becomes. It makes your speech smooth and natural. Now that you established familiarity and frequency, I would like you to add realistic conditions to excel your practice. So, if your actual presentation will be standing in front of an audience, please do not sit like me when rehearsing. If you are using, let's say, PowerPoint slides, do practice clicking through them while you speak. Athletes do this all the time. They practice in the same environments where they will compete. Speakers should too. So, alongside rehearsal and after seeing how important it is, I would like to give you some quick tricks to boost your confidence that you can use them right before you speak. So, the first trick is mindset adjustments. This one is so important. Hear me out. Instead of thinking, what if I make a mistake? Try thinking, what if this goes well? That simple question brings me happiness and excitement. Changing this mindset literally reduces anxiety. Next one we have visualization exercises. Let's put it into practice. Close your eyes and imagine with me for 13 seconds. Come on. I will leave the scene where you will deliver the speech up to you to imagine. But do please imagine yourself walking confidently, delivering your first sentence clearly, and the audience smiling at you. I don't know if you have ever heard that before, but visualization tricks your brain into feeling ready, and I would say it's a sort of manifestation because when you picture a positive outcome clearly, your brain starts acting as if it's already real. Moving on to our last crucial trick, pausing. I would like you to stand proud when you start speaking. I want you to pause like you already made it, because the hard work in the preparation by itself should make you posing like a hero. Don't overdo it though, we're not superheroes posing for a Marvel poster. But please, chin up, chest open, shoulder back, and do not bury those hands in your pocket, please. So that's the toolkit. Practice, structure, and a few confidence hacks. At this point, you're officially more prepared than I ever am before a Monday 8 a.m. class. To conclude, I would like to tell you that public speaking anxiety is normal. If you are scared, congratulations, you are just like every successful speaker ever. But with preparation, practice, and a good mindset, it will get better. To end this video, I would like to say, your first speech isn't about perfection. It's all about finding out you're not as doomed as you thought. Thank you for watching, and I would like to tell you good luck on your first speech.